wide receiver he is. When you stop and think about everything that has happened to the Eagles this season, the one thing about this club, they have never rolled over and gone toes up. They play every minute of every game.
2nd and 10. Joseph inside the 30. McDonald sends it out of bounds at the 24-yard line. I think the Eagles are more appreciated around the rest of the National Football League than they are in their own hometown. I mean, Philly's a tough place, very knowledgeable fans in all sports, and they have to live with this team day in and day out. But you talk to other people around the league, and they rave about the fact that Philadelphia is able to have as respectable a season as they've had.
This will be a very interesting offseason, though, for Philadelphia. Joyner, Simmons, Hopkins, Waters, all 4 of those guys defensively free agents.
Rather interesting last offseason.
Yes. They can't afford many more like that.
Brister with a 49er draped around him. Dennis Brown had him by the ankle. Incomplete. 2nd down.
Well, if you're Dennis Brown and your contract is predicated on sacks, that rule change made quite a difference this year, didn't it?
Yep. There are fewer sacks this year, aren't there?
Fewer.
Well, because of the intentional grounding rule, the revised rule, and maybe the shorter drops and the emphasis on the West Coast passing game, or whatever you want to call it, the sacks are down coming into this game 13% this year. There it is. One every 12.8 last year, one every 14.7 dropbacks this season. 2nd and 10.
Look out.
Brister throws. Too high, intended for Young.
And Bubby's hurt.
Yeah, John Johnson came crashing in.
Don't roll him over too quickly, bud. Boy, Antone kind of... I wouldn't be yanking him up off the ground like that, and I'd ask him first if he wanted to get up.
Get a medic, and Bubby wants out himself, and I'll tell you, he's got to be hurt. His left shoulder, I think.
Man.
Ken O'Brien loosening up.
I wouldn't want Antone Davis to be the first guy at an accident scene.
No.
Well, give me an IV, not this. Well, this is not laughable, but Antone, I mean, he's just not even considering that something might be broken in him.
But look at Brister. He's amazing. He really is. 3rd down and 10.
He's still holding the left shoulder.
Here's Herschel Walker bulling his way to the 15-yard line. What was it? Brister dislocated a finger in the middle of the game-winning drive against Washington. Stayed in, didn't miss a play. Fourth down and 1. Walker coming up a yard shy.
Look at the far side of your screen. That is a tremendous pop that Brister has to take from Johnny Johnson.
32-yard field goal attempt here for Roger Ruzek. Jeff Beagles puts it down. And he screwballs it through. A little fadeaway shot. And that gives the Eagles a 10-point advantage.
This game is almost characteristic of what the Eagles have been doing for the second half of this season. They just will not quit on you. They stay right with you, and they fight you all the way.
We could have used this baby in November.
Yeah. Who does Brister think he is? Jeff Hostetler? Not Hostetler. Is he amazing?
Yeah, really. Everybody knew who fouled the game that he would make a difference to the Raiders when he got there. Jeff Hostetler, a good football player.
What a great performance yesterday.
Yeah. Well, next Sunday, our golf coverage for the new calendar year begins. The Mercedes Championship coming your way here on ABC Sports.
You in the Pro-Am now?
Not yet. Maybe next year.
We'll be looking for you.
In another lifetime.
Yeah, right.
You're hooked, baby.
Into the clown's mouth.
He's hooked, he's sliced, he's dribbled, he's air balls, he's hit them all.
Tough game, fun game.
Stay a little Eddie Marin down there. He'll do some good for you.
Can't do any bad, I know that.
He's got a lot to work with, doesn't he?
Jerry Rice, who has remained in the game. Rice will lead the league in touchdowns this year. The only mystery remaining is will he get 3 more catches and finish at 100. Roger Ruzek kicking off. Sends it down to the 1-yard line. That's Dexter Carter gathering it in. And he brings it back out to the 25-yard line with 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
The other thing we haven't touched on, I don't think, is this is what Rice's 106th consecutive start. And the way he comes across the middle, as good as anyone's ever played this game as a receiver, you just wonder somewhere along the line you've got to get a shoulder, you got to get a knee, you got to get something. He is durable.
That's the longest current streak by any wide receiver in the NFL. He has started every game since the 1987 players' strike. So the durable Rice splits to the right on first down. Carter in motion. Bono off the play fake. The screen underneath to Jones. And he picks up about 6. You know, on the subject of durability, off the top of your head, at home, think of the 2 quarterbacks. There are only 2 quarterbacks that have started every game through the 1992 and 1993 seasons. Just 2 in the entire NFL.
Is this a quiz? Well, because we read it.
Yeah.
For the viewers at home, amazing.
The only 2 would be Steve Young and Jim Kelly. And yet both have been Young had the fractured thumb in preseason, and Kelly, you know, has been banged up so often you wouldn't think of Jim in that context.
No.
2nd and 4. Pitch to Carter.
As many times as Frank Reich has gotten into a ball game for the Bills and made a difference. You're right, Jim Kelly is not the guy that would immediately come to mind.
Right. I think we've seen the last of Ricky Waters tonight, and that will take care of his 1,000-yard season or potential one.
By the way, if you're saying, hey, Kelly missed a couple of starts, those starts were in postseason only. He started every regular season game the last 2 years.
When we look at Dexter Carter again, what a tribute to Steve Young that he wins the passing title. We know full well how much that thumb bothered him for an entire half of the season.
10-3. The Eagles lead 34-24, and back we come with the fourth quarter.
Sometimes he's lucky.
I thought I'd surprise you.
I'm surprised.
Sometimes he's not.
Come on, you lousy gnat!
I'm just trying to do my job.
But if you need help, he's the best friend you'll ever have.
You think you're crazy, but I know that you're not.
Brian Dennehy, Birdland, premiering Wednesday.
I'm Dave Franco for Action News. The winter storm has hit the Delaware Valley with a messy mix of rain, sleet, and snow. What kind of a morning rush hour will we have? The latest from AccuWeather after football tonight.
And action.
McDonald's Egg McMuffin sandwiches. They don't really do anything, but they taste really good. And starting this Tuesday, you can get 2 of them for just $2.
And cut. Thanks, guys. That was great.
The surface of a strange, distant planet? No, 2 tantalizing McDonald's Big Mac sandwiches. Starting this Tuesday, you can get them both for just $2.
What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Deep in the remote jungle? Nope, 2 Big Macs for $2. You mean you forgot already?
There's a new kind of energy around here. A company that can meet your energy needs well into the next century without building even one new plant, which means no large increase in the cost of your service. A company whose oil-fired generators will also run on natural gas. Another way to help keep your bill down. There's a new energy company around here and a new name. Pico Energy, focusing our energies on you.
No work, no welfare. Next Donahue.
Norman Brayman, the owner of the Philadelphia Eagles, watching his team begin this fourth quarter up by 10. And the 49ers have it first and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Is Dexter Carter on a scoop to the right side, picks up a couple and a flag goes down. Al Michaels, Frank Gifford, and Dan Dierdorf, final quarter of the 1993 regular season. Candlestick Park in San Francisco. Jerry Austin is the referee, and the call is holding.
Number 64 of the offense, 10 yards, repeat first down. Ralph
Tan, the guilty party. Well, we talk about career pass rating. Steve Young is second all time, and there it is, 93.0. Who would be first? Well, he can't escape it. Joe Montana.
No, but if you stop and think about it, Steve Young has posted 3 consecutive seasons with a quarterback rating in excess of 100. Joe Montana's still playing, of course, for Kansas City, and if Young keeps going in this direction, he's going to pass Montana. And pretty remarkable that they both played for the same football team, and both of them for quite a while at the same time.
1st and 20. Bono. And no fumble. He was down. Andy Harmon knocked him down.
Talking about playing with the same football team, it's also remarkable that number 80, Jerry Rice, as great as he is, happened to come along with Bill Walsh and then George Seifert, Eddie DeBartolo, the owner, who has had quality players in here no matter what it cost. And it's a lot better to be one of those skill guys when you've got big guys, well-paid guys, the best in the league up front.
That's the old, what got here first, the chicken or the egg? When you think that there's been such gifted receivers as Brent Jones and Roger Craig and John Taylor and over Freddie Solomon over the years, Dwight Clark. It has definitely been where one hand has rubbed the other. It's been, I don't know that in the history of this game there's ever been so much passing talent
Before the ball was snapped,
in one place at one time.
And 5 yards. It's still second
Not
down.
only recently, but go back to the history of this franchise. Remember, Frankie Albert was the original quarterback here. And then Y.A. Tittle and John Brody. And Jim Plunkett was here. And Stephen DeBerg even cut his eye teeth here before leaving. And then, of course, Montana and Young. So it just goes on and on and on. 2nd and 28 from the 20-yard line. Rather dubious beginning to this fourth quarter.
Offside, number 90 of the defense. 5 yards, still second down.
He's easy to spot.
Somebody also pointed out that if you quarterback the 49ers, you get to play 8 games here at home. You also get to play 1 in Los Angeles. You play 1 in New Orleans. You play 1 in Atlanta. So you play in relatively good conditions. Phil Simms of the world, I mean, they're in that weather all the time. It's a different game.
2nd and 23. Bono throws. Carter makes the catch. And Dexter Carter takes it out to the 39-yard line. Evans makes the tackle.
Bono, of course, had a great 1991 season when Montana was hurt. Young was hurt. He came on, and out of 234 attempts, he had 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 59% completions. And everyone thought he was going to be moving on, and they kept him around.
3rd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here comes everybody.
Well, Steve Bono's cadence has everybody moving. Sometimes his own players. This time it appears the Eagles once again.
Offside, number 59 of the defense. Elevated to the quarterback. 5 yards. It's still third down.
Seth Joyner, who along with Clyde Simmons have been offered or were offered new deals, turned them down. But the Eagles say they still want them back. Those deals that they were offered are not on the table because those deals were structured to take advantage of the pre-salary cap conditions.
In the latest NFL terminology, they were front-loaded. Majority, not the majority, but a great deal of the money payable this year, so it was not to be accounted for down the line and be counted against the salary cap.
Meanwhile, the 49ers take a timeout with 12:15 remaining in regulation, and Philly up by 10.
It's Bruce Smith, Mr. Buffalo Bill himself. He's a monster. Oh, yeah? Watch this. Hey, big fella. Bet you can't eat just one of these new wavy lays potato chips. But if you lose, you gotta wear a dress.
New wavy lays aren't your ordinary rich chip. They're lays.
Hey, fellas, he lost. Go get the dress. He's gotta wear a dress. Maybe he didn't understand the rules.
Introducing Wavy Lace.